Hi everyone, Saul here. Welcome back to Often Haunted. This is episode 3. So don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell so that you know whenever I'm coming back here with another ghost story. Because that's what we're doing. I am telling you a ghost story or reading you one that I wrote to illustrate a piece of artwork that I made. That's how I do it. I make the stories to illustrate the artwork. I wanted to give something for the stories, a place where the stories get to run around and breathe and haunt people. Having my tea on a full moon in November. And that is the reason I am doing tonight's story. I was going over different pieces that I could share, and then I thought, hey, I've got one. I did one that I wrote inspired by a certain full moon that I experienced. I think it was 2018, and it was in August. I was actually driving through the busy cityscape, and I took a turn, and then as my car straightened out, I saw this humongous moon just overtaking the whole sky. It looked like a giant orange. The light was unlike anything I'd seen. I mean, it was like those just cliched 80s sunsets, but it was the moon. And I thought, oh my God, this is that harvest moon that everyone always talks about. I was a month off. I was in August, so it was the sturgeon moon. By the time I could pull over and really enjoy it, the light had changed. It was partially obscured by some obnoxious buildings. It wasn't conducive to photograph, but the memory was just everything I could see. And I just couldn't stop looking at it. I mean, I almost rear-ended someone because I was just like mouth agape. I just couldn't believe I was seeing this. We live in such an age of stuff that amazes us that is not always natural. I mean, some of you who are blessed to be in the country, I think that you see this occurrence all the time. But it's extremely exotic to, I think, a lot of people, me included. And the irony is that I grew up in the country. I'm a complete haunted country boy at heart. Anyway, I go home, I sit down, and I started sketching. And this is when I was mainly doing lots of sketching. I was using the dipping fountain pen, that one right there, and then, the trusty inkwell. And I made this piece right here. And this is Along the Night Lit Road. So you can see there's no moon in this, right? But you see his experience? That's how I felt. Just in awe. One of the things I love about this piece is the mood and the sounds that it evokes. I can hear the sound of the wagon wheels in the mud, and I can hear the hooves of the horse clip-clopping. It's one of my favorite sounds. And then there's the whispering wind through those branches of the trees, and I imagine the shifting equipment of the little coach there, and just maybe the way he's like saying soothing things or talking to his horse. Sometimes it's just I think the joy of drawing, it just comes out of you, and you never know where it's going to be. Just got to try to be ready to catch it. So that is Along the Night Lit Road, and now I'm going to read you the story. Along the Night Lit Road. It was the ghastly sight of that large and golden summer killer, the sturgeon moon, the last full moon of the warmest months. It seemed to take over the sky with a deep yellow glow of a hue which seemed to race out in all directions and flake golden light on countless orchestral legions of that dark symphony which was the evening countryside. The mist began to thicken and swallow that beguiling clip-clopping of Nigel's hooves. He was sensing something near, something watching them from the wildness that flaked the path, and the coachman felt a little envious of those blinders which book-ended Nigel's vision. And the sound came again. "Steady, boy," uttered the little coachman. "Nothing to worry about. They sound several hills further away than they did at the first howling." And a nervous laugh followed, but then the laugh seemed to vanish within the enveloping mists and faraway wind. The little coachman gave a slight tug of the reins until, against his better bred instincts, Nigel slowed the coach. Where indeed was this old road going to lead them? The little coachman had forgotten what would be in the night sky that evening, and now, amidst the winds, smoky blue mists, slowing hooves, the howls, the crunching of the wheels upon the gravel, he was remembered and gently began to remove his hat at the sight of the great rising orange that loomed above him. And then the little coachman and his steed heard the strangest thing. It was not unlike the sound of a woman's whisper. It came from just ahead and off the road. This mysterious voice, it had a strange accent he couldn't quite place. It was difficult to make out what she was saying. It sounded almost like, "Just a little closer now." Well, thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of Often Haunted. That is Along the Nightlit Road. I hope you enjoyed the story as well as the artwork, and please feel free to visit me. I'll put some links in the descriptions. You can check out ghostinthegaslight.com, my galleries, Facebook, Patreon, Instagram, what have you. Please, before you go, hit the like button, subscribe, and the notification bell. And I hope to see you for episode 4 of Often Haunted. All right, this is Saul coming to you from under the full moon, and I will see you on the next one.